welcome to a retro ranking on R.T.O with Iain. And today's band are a very good band called The Police. I've actually got no albums by The Police except a greatest hits. I think to me, Police are one of them bands that the greatest hits is one of them bands that's enough for me. Let's get an anthology sort of thing, so you get lots of good tracks. And I pretty much enjoy listening to that. It's a bit like Sting's solo stuff. I've got a greatest hits of his solo stuff, and it's very, very pleasant. Yeah, the Police were formed in London in 1977, and for most of their history, let's have the same three chaps, being Sting, Andy Summers and Stuart Copeland. They were globally popular, emerging from the British new wave scene. They played rock influenced by punk, reggae and jazz, and I think brilliant. Bit different from what was going on in them back in the day. So I've got my top 10 favourite singles by The Police, and a few honourable mentions as usual. So let's get started. Number 10 then. 1981, got to number 12 in the UK, number 11 in the US. It's Spirits in the Material World. I like this one because it's a little bit different than what they've done before, and I just there's just something about it. I like the start of it. That keyboard is really good. It's a bit of a funky jazz start, and then it gets back into like a punky rock song, and that's why I probably like it. A really good track that one is. Okay, number 9. Again, another album and a single from 1981. Got to number 1 in the UK, and for some reason in the US it didn't chart. Why? Considering your drummer's it's an American drummer. Really? Never mind, eh? But it's everything she does is magic. I love the intro to this. It's very uplifting. Remember when I first heard this, it was in a very cold winter's day, and it just made you feel warm, and I love the melody to it, and Sting sounds absolutely fantastic on this. Great song, very, very motivational. Okay then, coming in at number 8, we go back a bit further now. 1979, number 1 in the UK, and again didn't do a carrot in America. It's the brilliant Walking on the Moon. Classic bass line from Sting. I just love that bass, and Stuart Copeland's drumming on this is just brilliant. One of the best songs from the 70s. It actually made the top 100 songs of the 1970s. How can the Americans just not like it? Stuart Copeland is just probably one of the best drummers around. He's so versatile. It's a fantastic track, and I love it to death. Okay, number 7, we're going even back further. This was first released in 1978. Got to number 42. Then they had a little bit of success, so they reissued it in 1980, and it got to number 2. We're talking about Can't Stand Losing You. This is a cross between reggae and punk to me. Andy Summers' guitar work in this is terrific, and an absolute dynamite vocal from from Sting, or Gordon Sumner as his real name is. One of my favourite tracks, obviously, by the band. Okay, number 6. Again, one of these tracks they released in 1978. Didn't have do a thing. Again, they re-released it 1980 and got to number 6. The very, very good So Lonely. A great vocal from Sting. It's just a bit of rock, a proper rock reggae track. It really is good. Now, when this was out, when he was singing So Lonely, now if you're of a certain age again, and from the UK, when he sings So Lonely, it actually sounds like he's singing Sue Lawley. Now, Sue Lawley at the time was a BBC news presenter journalist, so it was, when you heard it, you think she was singing Sue Law. He was singing Sue Lawley. Sue Lawley. Yeah. What you do when you're in your early teens, eh? But it's a great track. Number 5, 1980, got to number 1 in the UK, managed to get into the top 10 in the USA. Fantastic stuff. And it's the brilliant Don't Stand So Close to Me. I love the start of this record. I do like the video. Here comes Clippity Clop. Remember when this came out? Great drumming from Stuart Copeland. It's just a brilliant song and I love it. Okay, number 4 in my list. Go back to 1979. Got to number 12 in the UK, 32 in the USA, and it's Roxanne. Great track. I love the original version to bits, and I loved it when he done this at Live Aid with Phil Collins. Great stuff. And the other memory I got of this song, it's actually featured in a film as such. Now, if anyone's seen 48 Hours, Eddie Murphy's in his cell. He's got his Walkman on and he's trying to imitate Sting. It's absolutely hilarious, absolutely brilliant, and I love that track. Okay, number 3. Another great record from 1979. Number 1 in the UK, 74 in America. Come on, America. When do you not discover a great record like this? We're talking about Message in a Bottle. Of course, great rock track. Punk rock at its best. Love the bass line in this. Sting is singing like a good one. Great drumming. One of the classic songs from the 1970s. Love it to death. Okay, number 2. Move to 1981. Only charted in the UK. Got to number 2. It's for the fantastic Invisible Sun. One of them eerie starts. You get that slow countdown. But it's such a great track. Great harmonies in this, and the drumming again from Stuart is spot on. So only leaves one track, doesn't it? Number 1 for me from 1983, and he got to number 1 on both sides of the Atlantic. This is how good this song is. It's Every Breath You Take, and for once I agree with everybody. It is the best song. It's the best song he ever wrote, Sting. And his guitar work is something else on this. It's a truly amazing song, lovely lyrics. And then, of course, 1997 came along, and Puff Daddy decided to sample it and call it I'll Be Missing You. To me, it's probably the worst ever cover of any song ever. If you can't come up with your own stuff, don't go and use classic stuff. And there's more to this. It topped the Billboard Hot 100 for 11 weeks, right? Won a Grammy for the best rap performance by a duo or group. Now Sting ultimately participated in the performance of I'll Be Missing You at the MTV Awards, which sort of rattled the others' cages. Now I'm going to quote Stuart Copeland here. This is what he said. In my humble opinion, this is Sting's best song with the worst arrangement. Totally agree with you, Stuart. I think Sting could have had any other group do this song and it would have been better than our version, except for Andy's brilliant guitar part. He said basically there's an utter lack of groove. It was a totally wasted opportunity for our band, even though we made gazillions off it and it's the biggest hit we ever had. Yeah, he's absolutely right. He ruined it. And people these days, kids only see it as I'll Be Missing You. They don't remember that it's actually a Police record. Anyway, that's enough of ranting. Let's look at some honourable mentions. Okay, my first one is from 1980, right to number 5. Dee-doo-doo-doo, dee-da-da-da. Yeah, just missed out on the top 10. It's a great track, but there's too many doo-doos and dee-da-das in place. But it's still an enjoyable track. Okay, my next honourable mention, we go right back to the very beginning of their career, 1978, or 1977. They released it, didn't even chart. They had another go in 1978 and it got to number 47. It's Full Out. It's a great punk song and it's absolutely brilliant. Well, no, it's better than a punk song because these musicians can play. And it was really, really good song. Still like listening to today. Okay, my final one for today is again from 1983. Got to number 7 in the UK and number 8 in the USA. Wrapped Around Your Finger. Another song that just missed out in my top 10. I do like this song. I love the drumming from Stuart Copeland, and Andy's guitar again is fantastic. Great band, made some great singles. It was great to see them get back together in the late 90s to record again, to do some tour. Fantastic band, and I've got a lot of fond memories of their music. Okay, that's all the shows for today. Tomorrow being Wednesday, already, can't believe it, nearly Wednesday again. It's marathon day, and tomorrow we have got the granddaddies of progressive rock. A lot of people have already mentioned it when I put out the video about what's coming up and the posters. Ooh, people go, oh, excellent. So yes, we're doing King Crimson. So it's a bit of a proggy day tomorrow, which will be great. Love a bit of prog on a Wednesday. So until then, I will see you tomorrow. Take care, everybody. Bye for now.